Listen to this. When was the last time you sit on complete silence? No music, no scrolling, no background noise, nothing. Just you and your thoughts. I think that silence in this loud world right now almost feels uncomfortable. But what if I told you that by sitting in silence, it can improve your life or even change your life for so better? So listen for what I have to say. I feel like a lot of us at this day and age are so consumed by every external thing, especially noise. We're always in the hustle and bustle of some sort, and we don't let our mind be clear and be with ourselves. It can mentally help us so much to understand where we are, because I kind of feel like we are losing ourselves by listening every person's opinion about everything that maybe is not directly addressed to you. I know this video also kind of sounds that way, but it's not supposed to be that way. It has to just make you think and not forget about you. I feel like social media can be a great thing, but it also can be a devastating, downfally, just crushing thing for so many with weaker mental health. So sitting in silence with yourself bring a deeper connection to yourself. You can begin to hear your own voice, because I think at some points by hearing, oh, you need to do this, that, or that person's doing that, this person's doing that, works for them, it doesn't work for them, that we forget that we are not those people, we are not those achievements, those failures, those whatever it is. We are us. Like, this is it, you know? There's no one else around. It's just you. And I feel like constant noise can deteriorate the person who was once there and who had opportunity to listen to themselves. Also depends in what generation you are. If you were lucky to experience how it felt to be with you, like just you, and not just doom scrolling for rest of the days. So silence can be a beautiful thing for self-rediscovery overall, with connecting with your own voice and values and where you're standing. I feel like another really incredible thing from silence can be stress relief. I know it can be really uncomfortable at the beginning to be like, I have been constantly consuming information day and night that I don't know how to be on my own in my own head and how to let myself relax that way, because I think a lot of us have gotten used to have noise around us to make us feel relaxed, but in a way shutting ourselves out, and it's doing quite a good bit of damage without us even realizing it. We're just like, oh, I'm just putting my favorite podcast on, like music, TV series, movie, whatever it is that suits you. Obviously you can do it time to time, but if it's day and night out, there's no time for you to be just with you, and the stress level all of a sudden when you turn everything off, I think, can skyrocket, and you really need to sit with yourself and understand why it's happening and why you are all of a sudden stressed when the loudness goes quiet. And you listen in your own silence and in your own thoughts, and maybe understand why have you been like cutting yourself out by putting so much noise over yourself every day. It, as I said, it's probably not even a conscious decision of yours. It's just how it has happened over months, weeks, years at this point. And you haven't even sat with yourself in silence. Like, comment down below. When was the last time you actually sat with yourself in silence, went for a walk in silence, without headphones, without music, without podcasts, without nothing? Just you and your thoughts. Let me know in comments down below. Because when I start to think about this video, I was like, I think I do sit in silence sometimes, and I do enjoy my own company, but how often I put noise over myself, whatever reason it is. Why don't I choose to be with my own thoughts? Especially for the people who want to progress in life, who want to grow in life, who want to achieve in life. Why do we bury our own thoughts and wants and needs for something external? Think about that. So after you get used to being on your own with your own thoughts, because it takes time, it doesn't happen like that. Like meditation, all these types of things, it gets used to. You need to train your body to be removed from noise and overstimulated. You need to be kind of zen in a way. And as soon as you realize you can hear yourself, you can hear your own voice, you can feel the spark of creativity, for example, come alive. You can feel your inner dialogue come alive. It can be positive, negative, every direction, but you can hear it and you can start to work with it and through it. And at least for me, when I sit in silence and go for a walk in silence and just kind of let myself be bored in my head, and when I'm not overstimulated, little things start to light up. And that's where my creativity, for example, gets fresh air under that buried noise. It finally can peek out and be like, oh my god, we had these thoughts, we had these ideas, like, can we act on them and not just listen to everyone? Can we just be one in peace with us and like work on things that we actually think and matter for us and could improve our life? And the fire just keeps rolling after you think about these things. So again, leave a comment down below. Have you had that experience when you are suddenly listening to yourself and you can hear your almost inner child and be like, do you remember that we wanted to do this? And why did we stop? What happened? Why we are so busy? If we are not busy, if we have time to listen to so many people, so many opinions, so many news, things, bad things, good things, everything. How did we forget about ourselves by investing so much of our time in someone else? Where did we go? Where did our ambitions, creativity, dreams went? So silence is such a simple thing, but I think it's so uncommon at this day and age that it's crazy to think that we can be even quiet or in silence, because it's not a normal thing anymore. We're constantly consuming something. It also kind of gives you an emotional awareness of your being, of your feelings. Like after you get in that zen silent mode, how do you feel? You suddenly feel your feelings. You're like, oh my god, I haven't been feeling like that maybe this whole time. You can start to feel like, oh, maybe I'm slightly anxious. Why am I anxious right now? Why am I feeling zen right now? Why do I feel happy now when before in the day I felt so on edge all the time? And you can start to put dots together with also your inner like emotional world and be like, oh, maybe I am anxious because of everything that I'm consuming all day, every day and comparing myself at all times. And we're like, wait, maybe I need to kind of divide myself from that and sit just with myself in silence. Nothing around me, And by nothing around me, I mean noise, music, podcasts, films, whatever it is. Cut that out and sit with yourself and literally give your body and brain chance to rejuvenate and become alive again. So every part of you fire up again, which can increase your focus and energy so much because you are all of a sudden not so consumed by everything that is going on. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, because if you have been in the shoes where you are a go person with a go mentality and you have been just in this circle of never ending hustle and noise, especially around it, that you can't even hear yourself anymore and you're just doing things because you saw someone said something and you're like, oh yeah, I have to do these things, not for me, just because someone else said that it works for them, it must work for myself. But you haven't even listened to yourself, you're just running somewhere. So increase your focus inwards and then project it outside if you need to. And I feel like overall it just improves your appreciation of everything around you. You can also appreciate that noise time to time, not all day, every day. You also need to disconnect from yourself. You need an external information and just external noise for you to also calm down, because you can't just be always on in yourself. That's also not healthy. It's not gonna benefit you at the end of the day. You're gonna probably burn out by spiraling in your own thoughts. You need maybe a little push of inspiration somewhere. You need something to make you go and move on. But everything needs to be in balance. There needs to be silence for yourself, the quiet time for yourself, and the noise time for yourself to kind of inhale the information and then digest it and exhale it with yourself. Because if you don't give yourself time to digest it and it's just constantly coming in, it's not gonna be good at the end of the day. And if you are just with yourself all day, every day, and not letting any information, any inspiration, any new thing in you, you will not progress because you will not know how to. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's like two-edged sword. You move one way, it's a bit much. You move other way, again, it's too much. You need to find some sort of balance. 40, 60, 50, 50, obviously incredible, but like do what works for you. And overall, after finding that balance, you will feel improvement of relationship with yourself and others as well, I think, and also relationship with external loudness. If you will understand yourself, where you're coming from, what do you want to do, you will get other people more. You will appreciate external loudness even more, because beforehand it's probably automatic, just in your head at all times, and you don't even have time to process it. Or maybe even losing relationships to just being consumed by that loudness, that you don't even lift your head up anymore, from scrolling, from listening, to being somewhere else and not being present with your people. Like, go for a dinner, sit down with your family, with your friends, and put that phone away. Turn off that music, go for a walk with people, listen to them. Like, silence is magical thing. It sounds so stupid, but it's so crucial, I think, for us humans to kind of switch off and just be with people, with ourselves, but just like in a moment without external things. I hope you can take something from this little conversation that we just had. I hope you can write some comments down below about your thoughts about this, about how rare it is that we are able to be in silence now, and how often we even realize it, that we need to be in silence, and how often we actually give ourselves to be in silence, or we allow ourselves to be in silence, and what happens to us when we are in silence. I don't think we talk about this, not even close enough, how much it can affect our mental health and just well-being altogether, by consuming and consuming and consuming without any time to digest. I hope you enjoyed this talk. I surely did. I love to get my thoughts out to you guys and just share some insights over my life that I'm also working on myself, to be in these silent modes, because sometimes I catch myself drifting away and again starting to lose myself into those loud moments, and we're like, whoa, no, let's turn off everything and kind of go back to our roots, So leave your thoughts, comments down below. Have you experienced of any of the things that I talked about? How did you feel in the silence? Do you enjoy being in silence? How you given yourself permission to be in silence? How you even realize that you haven't been in silence? Like, there's so many questions and so many answers you can give to yourself with this one little word, silent. Anyways, I'll stop, yap around. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave your comments down below. I would love to join the conversation with you in the comment section down below. And yeah, I will see you next one real soon. Bye.